Hi everyone, welcome back to the last video for the JMP example. And in this video we're going to be creating a model to predict the using the responses from question 1B1 to predict the answer or the response to question 1A. To do this, first we're going to start by going to Analyze and selecting Fit Model. So because we want to answer question 1A, we'll move that over to the Y variable. And then we'll go down to the document terms by frequency, and we'll select the top 10 here. And we'll drag those over. And make sure that the personality is in nominal logistic, but you shouldn't have to change any of the default settings. And we'll select Run. We'll just open this up real quick. And so what we're looking at here are two things. The first is the ROC curve. So if you click on the red arrow and select ROC curve, it'll bring it up. You can see the x-axis is the false positive, while the true positive is the y-axis. So what we're looking for are lines that are above this 50% line right here. So we want it to be above that. Specifically, we want the line to go up as quickly as possible and as high as possible, and then level out and go over, and that will give us the best results. So you can see here on this side that has all of the responses to question 1A, all the options. And then it also lists the area. And that's the area underneath each line. And what that means, just briefly, is that for every time the model predicts this answer, such as strongly in favor, if it predicts strongly in favor, it's about 81% that it is actually that answer. And it does that for each one, and you can see that the strongly in favor and the strongly opposed have higher percentages, and that's because usually their response choices and the words they use more definitively put them in that category. You can see the somewhat opposed, neutral feelings, and somewhat in favor are less accurate, and that's because they don't make as strong of comments as the strongly in favor or strongly opposed respondents do, which is to be expected. And the next thing that we're going to do is enable the profiler. So again, you click on the red arrow and just select profiler. This is a little small, so I'll expand it as much as we can here. And so what the profiler shows us is the term frequency down here. So for example, job. The more frequently they use job in their response, the more likely it is to be strongly opposed. Just like with revenue, you can see that for both of the lines. So as it increases in frequency, the likelihood that it falls under that response increases. And as a note, you can adjust the frequencies here to see how the curves are affected. But that is just a short demonstration of how to create the predictive model and how to enable the ROC curves and the prediction profiler to do some analysis with the responses to question 1B1 to help predict the response from their responses to question 1A. And that concludes the examples for JMP. Thanks for listening.